Peace, y'all. Peace, love, and light. Peace and greetings. Sometimes, in your darkest times, your darkest places, you really gotta fight to see some type of light. You gotta fight. Sometimes you even gotta exhort all of your creative powers in order to snap yourself out of it. Why I say that is because, we truly not awake out here, y'all. We're waking up, but we're really not awake. Why I say that? Because I even had to catch myself. Second season into my podcast, maybe I was about 80 to 85 recordings in, 15 away from the completion of my second season, and I even started to realize after listening to myself over and over and over that no matter how far I thought I was getting or advanced I was getting in my emotional maturity and more in my discernment, I was realizing that I was running in the same circles. It was just different ones. I was still getting caught up in the many traps and snares that life as we know it continue to just keep putting in front of us. Where the message for me always remains the same. We gotta tap up out of this worldly shit that they have us obsessed with, that they have us continuing to play a game with as if we're really gonna get something in return. And I say that because how many more lives do we have to see affected by following this saying, if we always do what we always did, you always get what you always got? Have you woken up yet? For those that are in a later part of their life, how many people you saw went to college already and finished it, started a career, got a house, got a car, some even started families? How many people seen that? For those that are maybe 5 to 10, maybe even 15 years done with school, how many more people before you and after you saw you do the same things that you did? And for those who didn't finish, saw those that were able to do what you couldn't. For the young ones, how many stories you've heard already of people following the system? And I'm only starting off with college. Why? Because the way this system works, it's designed to keep you in a box. That's why it's called a degree. And a degree is nothing but a level. So when they box you in at a degree, they basically stunted your growth from their standpoint, from what they can control. Your earning power, your ability to think and operate freely. They control that shit. And it's so tactfully done, because you hear about people coming from other countries where they're obtaining the same degrees or some even better careers, and you hear some of these people went to school for free. And I'm not talking about, they had a full athletic and academic scholarship. Nah, we talking about countries that understand the system and how it works. These people were literally really placed in school and allowed to advance without having to worry about student loan debt, having to worry about, not having the support of the family to sign off on this and that. No, it's different in certain countries, but out here in America, I asked all of those groups because I just want to ask those groups once again, who has fully liberated themselves from following that system, and at the same time, because that's what they sell us, this liberation factors. Oh, you're going to be able to do this. Oh, you're going to be able to buy this and buy that. So, with that said, show me one person that you know that's fully liberated out here, and at the same time, they're fully satisfied. They're not suffering from depression. They're not suffering from anxiety. They're not suffering from a lack of health. Show me somebody that's not suffering by following every step that was given by the system. I can guarantee you, you're not gonna find one fucking soul out here. Why? Because this system that they gave us to deem ourselves successful, it was only here to break you, only here to break that connection between you and your spirit. See, they trick us with the mirrors and glass and reflections, and they give us the thought that, oh, this is who you are. But we all know we can't see that voice that's inside of us that's been guiding us our whole lives, which is our spirit. Some may define it as God, but it's our spirit, because why? The word says God lives in all of us, being our creator. So there's no separation until you decide to sell your soul. But what I just want to keep bringing up, and the reason why I'm bringing stuff up like this, is because we're all on a mission to being successful. We're all on a mission not to being homeless or suffering for a lifetime. We all want a piece of this pie out here. Why do we keep doing shit the same way that they telling us to do it? And now, as time is advancing and things is changing in life, we still following the newest shit that's putting us in worse positions. And I just can't seem to understand why we signing up for this so easily. And then when shit gets thick, right? Because it always does, it's by design. Instead of holding oneself accountable, we look at everybody around us and we start pointing the fingers. Oh, we wasn't able to do this because of this person, or because of this situation, or what this person is doing to stop me, and I can't focus, and I got this and I got that. It's the same old shit that your parents been through, your aunts, your uncles, your grandparents, your older cousins, your ancestors. It's the same shit over and over. Have you ever come across something in your life, like a system that just always seemed to work, that they don't change it? I know you have, because we all went to school. They haven't changed our calendars since, as far as we know, because a lot of us wasn't living in these fictitious times called like BC and all of this other shit in 15th century, 16th and 17th. Nah, we ain't seen none of that. But as far as we know, the past, what? I would even give it 7 to 9, maybe even 10 decades, centuries, whatever the fuck it is. This is what I mean about time being fake. It's stupid, but y'all know what I mean. As early as far back as you can go into the 1900s, this calendar has always been the same, y'all, and they don't change it. But with the formula that they teach us, it could be easily proven that that formula is incorrect if the structure of how time was created for us to abide by is correct. I say one thing when it comes to these calendars. They told us that on average there's 365 days in a calendar year. But yet, we only know the name of 12 months, and even worse, out of 365 of those days, we only know the names of 7 of them. And then Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. What happened to the other names? Because we know it's not a cycle. We know this shit is not a cycle because your birthday didn't fall on the same day as it did last year. Your wedding anniversary is gonna fall on a different day the following year. They can't even tell you the first day your child was created, but they give you an estimate of 0 to 9 months, and then they reset it back to day 1 once that child is born. Yo, and this is what I was saying about talking in circles, right? What does all of this mean? Why do they want people so focused on now figuring out, oh, this is fake, that's fake, this is bullshit, that's bullshit? There's bigger plays at hand, y'all. You ever dealt with a narcissistic person? Someone that was a master manipulator? Have you ever been in a relationship with a narcissist? Because if you were, or if you dealt with a narcissist, whether it was a friend, a partner, I can guarantee you that that wasn't a friendship or a relationship. That was a manipulationship. And anybody who relies on manipulation for outcomes on you never gave you a chance to basically be who you was meant to be. They never even liked you because they manipulated you from the rip. They love bombed you from the rip. They wanted you to see the mask so that they can draw you in, and then once they got you, they can manipulate you and use you every which way. And they're very, 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 very crafty. Just like a kid. You know, when them kids is very, very spoiled, they know how to put their arms up and cry, and they may not have looked at themselves and practiced in the mirror, but they just know how to put the perfect face to make you feel sorry for them. Even though you was holding them for 3 hours and you put them down and they don't want to walk and they don't want to do nothing and they whine, they know how to get you. Not saying that a baby is a master manipulator, but they manipulate to get what they want because they don't know how to use their words. Now think about that, right? A baby only knows how to resort to manipulation to get what they want because they don't know how to use words. But a whole grown-ass narcissist who knows how to use words, who knows how to use emotion and everything, instead of applying applicable knowledge applicable actions that warrant healthy relationships, they don't. They manipulate you with their words, knowing it's not good, knowing that they don't care enough about your feelings, it's only about them. This is what the world wants us focused on. Control, control, control. This is why they always give us aspirations of being somebody's manager, somebody's supervisor, somebody's boss. And when you hear that, oh, director, assistant director, VP, you look at that person like they're gold. Like, wow, you're a supervisor, you're a manager? Because it gives a sense of control. And we don't even realize it, sadly, how much power we give those people in those seats. This is why we being fooled by a cosplaying chameleon like Kamala Harris, and we was fooled for fucking 4 years by a racist ass Joe Biden. And before that, Obama, and before that, Trump. And it just never ends. When we look at the end results of all of these politicians, outside of the fucking thing that's easily printed and replaced, because I know that's the big thing everyone, even myself at once, talked about Trump. The economy was doing better, people were making more money, but at the end of the day, people still was unhappy. People were still robbing, people were still killing, people were still doing. It was just more of only the strongest survive based on these conditions. And granted, this life ain't for everybody, right? But at the end of the day, we all gotta keep in mind one thing. Who are we to say how things go? And this is why I tell people, come up out of this world, yo. This worldly shit is not making us better people. Us seeking control, we're ruining friends, we're ruining people, we're ruining friendships, we're ruining opportunities to raise families, raise villages, start businesses. We're literally hurting our potential future as well as everyone that's attached to us when we choose to partake in this worldly shit. We continue to play tug of war with things that we're not truly benefiting from. All I gotta say is, to keep this message going, there's a lot of beauty in this world, on top of a lot of evil, with a lot of evil people living with evil spirits in them. First things first, I know it's very hard because I gotta practice it every day, especially for the motherfuckers out there that disrespect me every day. Forgive those people. Don't carry that in your spirit. Don't carry that. That shit weighs heavy, and you don't want to end up sick like me 3 years ago, 3.5 years ago, trying to figure out why in my early 30s, my heart muscles is not pumping the same no more. Now, you know what I'm saying? Like, shit is weird. Not to say that's gonna always be the result, but stress kills, man. That's the number one weakening of any immune system, is stress. Why do we continue to allow each other to be stressed out? Start evaluating the people you allow in your life. Everybody. And if that person is not bringing good into your life, or they're not even trying to change, they're not even trying to do better, treat you better, treat themselves better, because that's what it is. If somebody can't treat you good, that's just a reflection of how they treat themselves. Because we are the world. We are each other people. Okay? And if you can't love your neighbor like you love yourself, you never loved yourself. Peace and love.